Hey there, welcome back to my channel, Diana and the Book Hunt. In today's video, I hope that I'll be able to give you some useful information about a service that I'm subscribed to that will allow you to kind of find another type of service besides Audible to get your audiobooks from. And I do have to say as a disclaimer, this is in no way a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid to promote this application, but I feel like whoever needs to find audiobooks may benefit from the information that I'm going to share in this video. So feel free to reach out to me about any questions that you have about the app once you have viewed this video. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's not sponsored in any way. So don't think that I'm here to promote it because I'm getting something in return for this information. The application that I've come to use in the past year and a half is called Storytel. I've actually mentioned it already a couple of times in previous videos when I'm sharing that I've read a book in audiobook format, that I've found it on Storytel. So I think that this is maybe a good time to kind of share my experiences with you with the application, and also some general information that I found on their website and ways that I use Storytel that are beneficial for me, that may be beneficial for you as well. So yeah, basically I'm just doing this video in the hopes that someone will benefit from my knowledge about the application and the service in general. Maybe to start this video off, I'm just going to tell you general information that I found on their website, and then I'll move on to things that I like about the application and maybe a couple of authors that I'm going to mention that I've found on Storytel that may be beneficial for you to look through if you're already subscribed, or if you want to subscribe to the service that you can look up books by these authors if you're interested in them. The application, as far as I found, is a Swedish-based application, and it has ebooks and audiobooks on the basis of a subscription service. So very much like Audible, it is a subscription service where you pay a certain fee to get access to their library. Now, I don't know how Audible works, so I'm really not going to try to compare the two because I'm not subscribed to Audible, but I'm going to focus on how Storytel works, and specifically works in the country where I am based. What I found out is that Storytel is available in over 25 countries, and they're actually linked to an English-based service, which is audiobook.com, and that service is actually available in 150 countries all over the world, so it's quite a big service. Now, the countries that I found on their website where Storytel is available are Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, the Netherlands, Belgium, Poland, Russia, the USA, South Korea, Germany, Spain, Iceland, Israel, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Italy, Turkey, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Bulgaria, India, Singapore, and Thailand. So should you be in any of these countries, you can go ahead and subscribe to their service, where I'm not sure whether the service has the same price in every country. Where I pay around $8 each month for my subscription to be able to get access to the library that is available to me. Now, I do have to say that I believe that the library may differ depending on which country you're based in, a lot like how Netflix works, if you know what I'm saying. So if you're, for example, in the UK or in Ireland or in, I don't know, in the Netherlands, Netflix will offer you a different type of selection of movies and series than if you were in another country. The same goes, I believe, for Storytel, because with Storytel, you select which country you're in and then which languages are interesting for you. And then it allows you to view books in those respective languages. And I think that you select one language, which is your main language, and then an additional language, which is like your secondary language. For me, I've selected Bulgarian and English, and those are the books which are kind of the main themed language books within my audiobook library. Now, when it comes to the settings within the app, I believe that it actually allows you to select more languages once you're in the app, so you're already registered. For my app, it shows me that I can select 6 different languages within the application. So I can select Spanish, Italian, Russian, and another language Turkish or something like that, I don't know. And that's the kind of one minor point that I would have loved to change within Storytel, because obviously this is maybe a me thing, but for example, I'm Bulgarian, so I speak Bulgarian. I speak English as well, but I've lived a very long time in the Netherlands, so I speak native Dutch as well. So I would have loved to get access to the Dutch books as well. I don't speak Spanish or Italian, for example, so those are languages that are not interesting for me. But yeah, maybe if Storytel can change up the languages that I can select that are interesting for me, that would be great. But otherwise, still, you get access to the English books, you get access to the books which are in your location. So that's a very substantial, big library that you get access to. And yeah, for $8, you really get your worth of the subscription money, because the library is really, really extensive. Now, an interesting feature that Storytel offers that I believe Audible has as well, you have Audible Originals, where you have stories that are really only available in that format on Audible. And Storytel has introduced this as well on Storytel. I haven't yet explored this feature too much, so I'm not very competent in saying that it's a wonderful feature. What I did find very interesting, and I think that it's very nice that they do that, is that Storytel Originals are often by authors who are very diverse, like from very many countries. You have Indian authors, Turkish, Italian, Spanish, so from different countries where you wouldn't typically find those stories very easily when looking through Goodreads or Amazon or wherever. So it gives a platform to very many different voices within the bookish community. So I would love to explore that. I would really like to see whether there are any interesting reads that I can find through the originals feature in Storytel. An additional feature that I found out about recently when I was researching what I can tell you about Storytel is that Storytel has an enthusiast option. So you can select a feature within your Storytel app where Storytel will notify you through a notification if there is a new feature on their app or something that they're trying out that you can test as the first tester, as it will. And that's something that I found very interesting because it leaves you engaged with the application and with their team. So I'm really curious about seeing how that will work out, because I've just switched it on. So I'm very curious to see how that will kind of work itself out once I get the notifications. And then about the user friendliness of the application. So again, I cannot compare it to Audible because I'm not using it, but I'm very familiar now with how Storytel has set up their way of browsing and filtering out whatever is interesting for me. You can filter out by different genres, you can filter out by different authors, search by titles, by audiobook narrators. You can just customize it in such a way that makes it very easy for you to locate new books for yourself to read. The application will also allow you to get recommendations based off of a book that you've recently read. Kind of like with Goodreads, if you've read this book, it will offer you this book. It has a feature of showing you new releases or upcoming releases on the app itself, so you can always look forward to what is new and what is coming out soon. And an additional feature that I really like is the fact that you can always filter out what you've already read, what's on your TBR, and what you've set aside to just read at the moment. So it's very easy to use, very user-friendly, and I find that one more thing that is definitely very important for audiobook users or listeners or readers, I don't know how to say, is that you can definitely modify the speed in which you're listening to audiobooks. Just like with Audible, you can customize your speed to 2 times the speed, 3 times the speed, whatever is most comfortable for you to listen to. So yeah, it's very user-friendly, and I just find that for $8, it's definitely worth my money. I think that maybe now is the time to tell you which authors I've been able to read books by in the past year and a half. Like, this is, by the way, in no way the entire list of authors that I've found on Storytel, because there's just very many, but ones that really are ones that are popular, that you can definitely get a feel of who you can find on Storytel if you get a subscription with them. The first series I believe that I read that I really got invested in with the audiobooks is the entire Bergman Brothers series by Chloe Lees. Those are all available with an audiobook format on Storytel, so you can definitely benefit from that. We have almost the entire backlist by Colleen Hoover that is available on there as well. Most of Christina C. Jones's backlist is available on there as well. I've read a couple of was it the Wright brothers? I'm not sure anymore what the series is called, but I've read one of the series by Christina C. Jones on there, and I really liked it. We have the Akatar series by Sarah J. Maas, and just recently they've started to upload the live production version where you have the sound effects on the stories as well. I'm waiting until they upload all of them so I can binge read them all back to back, so I can get the new experience with them. And we also have Christina Lauren's almost entire backlist, if I'm not mistaken, so you can definitely find those books on there as well. I read Alexis Daria's You Had Me at Hello, at Hola, and A Lot Like Adios. Those two books are available there as well. Some of Elizabeth O'Rourke's books are available through Storytel. We have Waking Olivia and the other book, something Staying with Erin or something like that. I don't remember the title. And then just recently they've started to add the Devil You Know. Those series is going to be available in their entirety soon. I read Serena Bowen's True North series on there as well, so that's available. We have Taylor Jenkins Reid. Almost her entire backlist is available. I think only Daisy Jones and the Six is not uploaded on there, and the new one, the Carrie Soto is Back, is not available on audio yet. I read The Spanish Love Deception, and there is also availability for The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Both of those are available on Storytel as well. The VIP series by Kristen Callahan that I love is on there as well. The new Camelot series, I think it's called, by Sierra Simone is available, as well as Nikki Sloan's The Initiation. Devney Perry has a couple of books on there. I think almost the entire backlist by K.A. Tucker is available, and also her alias, Nina West. Those series that are written by Nina West are also available in audiobook format. And last year I read the Vancouver Wolf series by Odette Stone, all on Storytel, so those are available in audio, which are just phenomenal. Anna Huang's Twisted series is available. Only the last book is not uploaded yet, but I believe they will upload it once it's available. And then her previous series that I'm not sure what their names are, but those are available since I believe December of last year on audio as well. I read a couple of books by Kendi Steiner, so not her entire backlist, but a couple of them are available in audiobook format. And then we have the Madison Kate series and the Hades series by Tate James. Both of those are available in audiobook format as well. What I failed to mention, I believe, is that sometimes some of the books that are not available in audiobook format may be available in ebook format. So even though you may not get to pick them up in audiobook format, you can still look them up to see if the ebook is available to you. And then one more thing is that sometimes a book may not be available in English, but you can look it up if it's available in a translated format in the language that you have selected. So that's definitely a benefit as well, because I believe that I had that with a friend of mine. So she wanted to read one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, and it was not available in English, but it was available in Bulgarian, so they could find it in that format and still read it. So yeah, overall, I'm having a blast using this application because I've just read so many books. I didn't really count how many books I've read in the year and a half that I've been subscribed to this service, but it's quite a lot. And I'm very satisfied with the selection of books that they're offering to me, and the way that I've learned to navigate the application really works well for me. So really, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see that you find an alternative for Audible, this is definitely one that you can take a look at and see whether it's going to work for you. Typically, they do have a trial that you can try out, like 14 or 30 days. I'm not sure how long that is, but you can try it out to see whether you're going to like it before you actually pay the subscription fee. And yeah, I think this is the time to just let you ask your questions. If you have any, you can DM me on Instagram or you can write a comment below. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to answer it, but based off of my experience, I can definitely try. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've just been loving Storytel, and I want everyone to know that there is an alternative out there. It's definitely worth your time and money. I'm going to wrap this up because I don't know what else to say. Basically, if you've liked this video, please put a thumbs up and leave me a comment like I mentioned below if you have any questions or any remarks or anything that I may have missed about sharing about Storytel that may help other users. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you very soon in the next one. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Happy reading. Take care and bye-bye.